Well, we've all got to start somewhere, and I'm definitely going to start somewhere. Oh my goodness, I didn't even have my chair in the correct position. But as we move on to our next custom character, hopefully everything works fine as we get Goizo Scars and 2 custom mysteries. So yeah, let's find out. Goizo Scars. And I did some event manipulation as we're on Scars and Goizo. And if anything really strange happens as we add random item stats on, yeah, we'll find out. But hey, it's been a while since we got Goizo Scars character exclusive random item custom character. And yeah, Paranoia and Blood Mania are given to us. There were other things that the character had too, but I think I just took the first A-B bonuses. So Takushi-san, Charisma, Strength, Second Encounter, Dexterity, and maybe Light. And what I mean by that is that the character had, they tried to code in 4 bonuses, but obviously you can only take 2 at the moment. So yeah, just taking another look, just to be sure. And we have 4 Strength, 4 Dexterity, 2 Perception, 6 Knowledge, 2 Charisma. So I guess it's time for me to actually use the shop I pretty much almost never use. And we'll see what happens in this run. Now, depending on if I get a certain mystery, I wanted to try out a thing, but for anyone who does know, I had to fix my chair really quickly. It's a dexterity check, so we'll see if I can do it. Well, 1, let's see if we have television, and 2, we'll see if we have television, really. Akamanto, Recluse, Bulletin, Story, and Shiba's Well. That does not lend itself to a fun time. Sadly enough, and funny enough, Bulletin has to be 4th or 5th. And we're going to take Akamanto now so we can get a weapon for Recluse and then move on with life, theoretically speaking. I am looking at something. And I forgot to get the funds from the closet, but that's not the worst thing in the world. We do have Blood Mania, but that's something we most likely want to take away. Watch me get 2 hunger stacks, by the way. Okay, well, that's pretty bad too, but we got to work with what we've got. So we'll do our best. I'm going to actually grab 6 funds, just in case I see something cool, which, I mean, yeah, it would be great, but no. Also, keep in mind we have Scars, so that is balancing off with a Blood Mania, so we probably... Oh, that's a 5 damage Ritual Dagger, that's so juicy, but I think I'd still rather take the Small Candle. If for no other reason, then we can run, but yeah, we get extra damage here with Blood Mania, and we're on Scars, so... Now, we do have a max threat level downtown and a max threat level school, so we'll pick downtown. And let's finally get this run started. So, yeah, a lot of things to take care of this thing. Hopefully, this run. Hopefully, no events break. I'm actually going to take one more peek in the occult shop. And yeah, I didn't really find anything. I mean, we'll take the ritual mask just to take it. I was looking for the tainted violin, or cursed violin, sorry, but we didn't get that. So hey, and instead of a ritual mask, we have this cool hat instead. That is the sound of my mouse wires just clickety-clacking around my setup. And we're in Akamanto now, so yeah, we're gonna take a bunch of stamina damage beforehand, but hopefully we can make it through okay. As long as we don't get events like that, but oh, I don't have control. In the meanwhile, let's actually trade off reason for stamina. Yeah, I hit a roadblock in game development. I think I'll figure it out by the end of the day, or the end of my work day anyway, as we roll an 11 on dexterity. But juggling that with Against the Storm, again, I feel like I've talked about it at least to a small length, but if you didn't hear about it, essentially Against the Storm is going through its second Alpha 2 patch, because obviously it it's going for 2 DLCs. Its first DLC already came out. Oh my goodness, I really missed 2, pretty much 66% chances. Oh my goodness, well... Hold on, let me think, and cough. I mean, so this is actually, I think, 9 damage per. So we really only need to hit 2, right? Am I going crazy here? Well, we're gonna find out. We're taking 1 all regardless, and yeah, so 9 health. And into Akamanto, the battle, I go. So, I think here we can also, it depends on our accuracy, Yeah, it's not too great. We can roll on an 85. And I did not use the handcuffs in time because I am not consistent. That's the one thing you will guaranteed to see at some point in my channel. By the way, on an off-topic thing, well, let me complete the thought first. Yeah, that's just the story of me being me. So this shouldn't kill me. Well, it still won't kill me, but hey. And I don't know if we can actually take Recluse right now. Yeah, we actually can't. So let us instead take Ringu and find out how much pain we're gonna be in. Because, yeah, we're gonna be in a lot of pain. We're gonna be in a lot of pain. I have to rest. I have to rest. I die otherwise. So we're gonna rest twice. That's Goizo slapping me in the face, but we need to because I've learned my lesson. Even if we're on Goizo, I just have to eat the doom increase because otherwise I'm just going to end up dying. There are so many encounters in this mystery that I have to do my best to survive. Alternatively, I could go for a dodge. Do I get anything off of this? I get a guaranteed attack, I think. Might as well go for it. Maybe we proc the Ritual Mask too. Maybe. Okay, well, we did dodge the attack. Now I can gamble. I think still, though... Yeah, dodging is better than trying to go for 266%. Now, we do get hit there, but that was to be expected. So, without further ado, let's take our 12 and get out. Let's take 12, not 10. But what I was going to say, so yeah, just as a really off-tangent story as we're kind of sitting here, that's not a sharp weapon. Funny enough, I'm gonna take Strength. Wait, does that say... Okay, no, that says 1 charisma. I'm going absolutely crazy. We're still going to take strength, because either we get hunger and die, or we get hallucinations and die. So, well, here it is. And there's hallucinations. We're dead. We'll do another run, but of all the curses... there was a chance, but, I mean, we get to fight this at least. I get to spite the enemy at the end of this. Now, we're very, very fast, but... Oh, cruel. I was about to say. Anywho. Let's do another run quickly. Okay, let me just say what I was gonna say as I get into this next run. Don't need to explain much. So yeah, there was a time when I actually guessed the lottery right. Now, it was a 3-number lottery, but I forgot what the exact prize was. It was at least 10,000, but I feel like it was up to 100,000 and dollars USD. And that was Kathak. I think that was Kathak Parasite. If it wasn't, I'm just gonna assume so. But yeah, I think it was between numbers like, let's just say it was like 1 and 32, just to give myself as better odds. Maybe maybe it was more numbers than that, but essentially you had to get 3 numbers correct in the right order out of 32 numbers and none repeating, so kind of more like a permutation. Well, it was a permutation, but you get the point. Essentially, as we get into Kathak Elder's Parasite custom character once more, and hope you don't zero stat. Yeah, there was a time I got that right, and obviously I did not get any. I don't buy lottery tickets. I don't think I've ever bought a lottery ticket for myself. Dexterity, Knowledge, Second, Strength, Light. But I do look it from time to time, just to kind of play around and see if, you know, I would have guessed right. But I don't do it as often right now because, you know, life isn't all about luck, and my luck is of the extremes anyway. To explain that for those who have not heard me say it before, my luck is extreme in the way that most of the time it's bad, but when it's the other 50% of the time, it's either really, really good or really, really bad luck RNG, basically. Vigil, Ward, Scissors, Shibas. Funny enough, we have to either take Shuttle or Shivas first. I think I'd rather take Shivas first, because then we're just in 3 locations back to back to back. So hopefully I have the elite. Okay, I do. We need to grab this hospital pass, otherwise I'm gonna have a bad time. But we're also gonna look for the we're gonna look for a spell. So Mind Drain or Ghostly Spear. And we live and die by re-rolling this. And if we die again to Doom, then or really quickly, then yeah, we leave it at that. So there's Ghostly Spear. I'm gonna look for Mind Drain while we're here. Protective Carvings would be interesting, but we're gonna re-roll like 3 more times. And if we don't find it, then, well, we can grab the Gruesome Totem. That will help for a little bit. So that gives me pretty much 3 more rerolls. And we don't get it, so, yeah, we'll wait on this. My Doom is high enough already, but we have the Monument that we can use for a moment. And then if we lose more reason, we can equip the Gruesome Totem and go back down to 17% Doom. So, without further ado, we can still survive this run. It's perfectly possible, but it is less probable. No, something fell in the background. 2 Perception, or I don't remember what this is. Charisma. We do have 12 Charisma. Hey, we're a Charisma. We're a Charisma. You know what? No, we're gonna do another video then. Well, this video will be the video. But apparently, I didn't know I had 12 Charisma. I don't know why I thought I only had a little bit. Well, either way. We're on an Eldritch Parasite run, and so it's not going to be a normal run regardless, but you get the point. If we have 12 Charisma, I don't think we have Fame. If this character does have Fame available, then I guess I'll think about it. But let's see here. So we do get to do 90, 90, 90, funny enough. Or 3 90% kicks. And if I miss that, then like I said, when my luck is really, really bad, it's really, really bad. And when it's really, really good, it's real. Or when it's one of the two at times. 50% of the time, it's really, really good or really, really bad luck. And then the other 50% to kind of reverse on myself. I have bad luck, so this is true in all aspects of my life, I feel. So, hey. Now, granted, I'm not saying that luck is all my life is. I am responsible for my own fate, but as we flee here and take the reason to the face, yeah, my luck is my luck. And that was the story of how long ago I could have won the lottery, oddly enough. A lottery, sorry. A very small one. It wasn't any major ones, so shrug. Ward, Vigil, and Scissors. We'll take Vigil now. No, it takes Scissors now. Just in case we want to grab the Scissors. It procs Doom, but I guess we'll see. We're on Timeline B anyway, so if we run into Rumu Ghost, I guess that's what we do. We're going to guess 5 claps, we're going to equip this wooden bat, and away we go. I could also... Oh, did I never visit the police station? I didn't, did I? Well, we're going to find out. Okay, we have 12 Charisma. I don't know why I thought I had lower at the very beginning, but hey, welcome to this channel if you haven't heard me before, or listened and or watched me before, because I will often say things that are incorrect. Not too often, but you get the point. I've said the wrong thing before. I don't actually want to take all damage. Using Ghostly Spear right now, even with my stamina topped off, deals less damage to me. As I move on to another different topic, I could have also just used the wooden bat, I realize, but it's too late. And so something that I do, you know, kind of makes sense for me to pay attention to as a game developer is the topic of basically patches and balance patches, more specifically. If you're not in tune with, let's just say, certain fighting games, there is a certain fighting game that got another season, its second season, of changes, and I hear it's pretty bad. I don't play that game myself. I have played it in the past, not to a very, very serious level. I think I tried to compete here and there, but really, I haven't gotten very far, but I do know of the game, like, so, and in that case, I'm still paying attention to it, and boy, people are not, basically, the consumer is not happy. Maybe somehow, whoever's in charge thought that it would be a good idea. By the way, bow, or clap, clap, bow, clap, clap, I think is my ritual. But, yeah, that game is getting a lot of flack, basically. For those who don't know, basically, that game is getting a lot of bad rep due to its current, at the time of this video, its current balance patch, which, again, I hear it's bad. I'm not going to say it's bad myself because I don't have as much experience, but hey. Ward, Vigil, and Shuttle. I think I'll take Ward now. We do have the Hospital Pass. I can be thankful for that, but I think we're just going to run from the end of this mystery. Keeping in mind, we're on, we did have Scissors, so our Doom management overall is pretty good. Granted, we also had the Gruesome Totem, but now my stamina is what I'm kind of worried about. I remember that one, the right decision is a free out, so gotta take them. Now, if I feel particularly lucky, I can choose, but oftentimes that doesn't worked out for me. But the reason why I wanted to talk about balance patches is because I do pay at least some attention to the balance of my own game. And yeah, sometimes that you can, one could argue with reason. This is a ghost, by the way. I could have just banished it, but it's fine. Yeah, one could say that fun is the most important part of the video game, but at the same time, if a game doesn't feel fun, at least gameplay / and or balance-wise, then I feel that it is, it is prudent to look at how a game feels. Now, obviously, you can't have... I normally don't like to make it too easy for the player. Sometimes that is part of the fun, to have that, I guess, power trip, for lack of a better phrase at the moment, because I'm trying not to die in World of War. So... yeah, you want to feel powerful, but I don't think you want to usually give the player a cakewalk. And if you do, you likely have difficulties in your game, like most games have, but I don't really plan for that. There are ways I can make my game... I mean, I have, tried to implement ways to make my games easier, but hey. And when I say games, I do mean that plural, because I've made just a few. And they're all small games, but they were long time. Those games were games I released a long time ago, and then even more of them were prototypes of some sort. So, unfortunately, Doomed already does nothing for us. And then the mysterious meat, I guess we can just sell. Otherwise, I could take art knowledge to avoid a double hallucination death, but I didn't know I had 12 charisma. If that 12 charisma, by the way, is a very, very important threshold for being able to do a lot of stuff with ally attack. You are very, very fast with even just 9 charisma, but I think 10 or 11, one of those two is the threshold for nearly prep ally attack, sorry. But then I roll an 11 on the check and it doesn't matter anyway. Let's see here. We do want to do this vigil. The unfortunate part is I have a lot of doom, so I could choose to rest. Or if I were not on Eldritch Parasite, I could have rested for a lot of HP, but now we just gotta live with what we've got. Which isn't so bad. We still have uses of Ghostly Spear, so it's not over yet, but meh. But yeah, essentially what I wanted to say is that... again, I'm going to be I'm going to be paying attention to the balance of my own game. I usually do that anyway, but hey, as it turns out, when you develop your game and you play your own game, much more than, just a few times, it turns out, usually that makes your big game a lot better. Now, that may not make it popular. That's a game being popular and or performing well relative to a person's average definition of success is, I said too much now, I forgot what point I was making. By the way, clap, clap, bow, clap, clap. We can take 2 reason in the face, unless it's not this, that's the ritual, but hey, experience. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. But you basically the more you play your own game, the more you as a developer, for any other budding developers, find out. Now, obviously, you want other opinions too. I will admit that much. Oh, that's right, we have 1 luck. Not that it matters, but... especially if you are... It helps to be a more, not attentive, but observant, or someone who... Either an observant person and or someone who is able to get into the minds of their intended audience of a game. That will help you make changes to your game properly that make it better, basically. And that's the end of the sentence. So yeah, frequently I do that to my own games, but because my games are mostly small, that's more feasible. Obviously, when your game gets bigger, you should still be testing. Like, that's not an excuse not to at least test your game, but it certainly gets harder to go over every little thing that can affect gameplay, the player experience, so on and so forth. We should still be okay here. If we somehow die... Okay, yeah, I could switch to the Meat Cleaver and get extra damage if I so choose. I could also choose to recruit students from the school. I guess I should do that. It's cost doom, but we're on a last mystery anyway, so if nothing else, what these students can do, as I lose a bunch of strength and stuff, is I can toss them at enemies, which I probably will end up doing, because I don't like that I lost a point in strength. But hey, I'm going to pick one of these randomly, and we take 2 doom for it. Now, granted, that was a 3 roll, and this character has low perception, but I don't often do anything. We have folklore studies, by the way, so... folklore studies? Yeah, folklore studies. I think that's the requirement there. I mean, the choice said folklore studies, so I assumed that was one that was unlocked by a thing. And then, yeah, you want to do that. I think you wanted to do that? Why did we... Well, I mean, 3 Doom 20 experience is a lot of experience, but my Doom. But at the same time, we should be pretty okay stamina-wise, so we can Ghostly Spear this to the ends of the abyss. And by that, I mean 3 times, so we can guarantee this part, I think. Yeah. I don't think we can do prep attack right now, especially not with that student lowering our strength. Which is an interesting thing, if that makes any sense to say. Yeah, I do randomizing basically an effect for just like in this case an ally, but an item in general can be quite the buggy thing. So and basically anything that involves RNG, and yeah, that's a boss skip there, but we shouldn't need to level up again. I mean, I can just take this mind wipe damage in the face, but afterward. Yeah, we should be perfectly fine here. 17 stamina, 8 reason. This was a very lucky run. I don't know actually how I ended. Is this the highest I've ended a Harbinger run with stamina? 17 stamina? I feel like it is. And part of that is because I just used Ghostly Spear and or Mind Drain, and then Event slapped me in the face. But again, that's RNG. When I'm really, really lucky, I'm really, really lucky. I didn't even need to toss anyone. It doesn't matter what we pick here. We survived by Doom no matter what. But yeah, if nothing else, again, if you have anything to say, you know what it wasn't the boss of Ward. But again, we're fine here. We should be fine here. Unlike a recent video, but hey. But yeah, if you have anything to suggest in terms of what you want to see me do a roll to 4, I'll do that. Otherwise, as a quick little plug to the other game, Against the Storm, I usually put out Against the Storm second, or if nothing else, they'll alternate in terms of video releases. But yeah, without further ado, if you want to support me, you know what to do. If you don't want to support me, that's cool too. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. And if I have anything to say, I'll post post on my channel, which is why notifications can be important. But if you don't care, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Can I speak correctly? Thank you for watching. Bye. No, I'm not going to take up more of your time. Bye!